today with Betsy Lukes. She is the Vice President of Marketing with Consumers Credit Union. Betsy, you are here to tell us about an amazing transformation that has happened with Consumers Credit Union and how people can bank.
I am here to talk about our TellerPlus banking services. So these, instead of having a traditional teller line, we put in TellerPlus banking machines. We're always looking at ways to better serve our members and how to provide that best member service opportunity. So we look at things like efficiency and technology. And so we thought, how can we, as we move forward in the world, as we expand our footprint and think beyond brick and mortar, how can we best serve our members efficiently and effectively? And so we started looking at TellerPlus machines and the team behind them. We started very small. In our old headquarters, we started with 2 machines. And really it was a test period. We had members come in, we surveyed them, we got their feedback. We learned a lot as far as customer experience and how to expand that for the members. So one of the things that we learned, we had them in just an open area, and we learned soon that there were some hearing issues, acoustic problems, and so we would try to add a dome. In today's version, we now remodel offices and create new offices with the TellerPlus machines in mind. So they're in a booth layout, so privacy is thought of, acoustics are thought of when it comes to those machines, and so we're very intentional about that to get the best member experience.
So for someone who doesn't understand what the new technology is all about, I'm used to going to a drive-through at a bank, and you go through and you put your money in the tube comes back. That's not what's happening at Consumers.
No, so now when you drive up, the machine is still there, it looks very similar, there's no tubes, but if you want to use the ATM side, you can, just as you normally would use an ATM. We call it an ATM on steroids, if you would. And so you can get out 5s, 1s, 20s, 100s, so you're getting denominations of 5s instead of larger bills that you normally would. The nice thing is too, if you put in checks, you can get a receipt with the check on it, the picture of the check, which is great for a lot of people for their record keeping. And there's extended hours for that. Now on the teller side, to access teller service, you actually touch the button, and you might wait a second, and then a person will appear, almost kind of like you're FaceTiming someone, and they're helping you as you would normally inside an office, which is really great.
So can I do the same things that I would normally do, or even more?
Yes, all the same kind of things, paying loans, moving money from accounts to another account, taking out money, depositing checks. They're able to do member history. You can even open up new accounts if you need to. And so really, it's the same things that you would always do, just in a different way. And, compared to a tube system, you may not even see a teller, but you're seeing someone right in front of you, and it's the same loving, caring people that you know and expect at Consumers.
Now, what is really amazing to me is that I think I've talked to many of the TellerPlus team, and they say that some of the funniest things that people ask are, wait a minute, are you inside that box? People don't understand, how does that technology work?
Right. There was a lot of initial concern that, are you eliminating jobs? And no, we're creating new positions. It's a new role. There's promotional opportunities. And these people are right in West Michigan. They work in our headquarters. They may be working at home, especially now, or they're working from another office. And they're all local to serve you. They're the people that you know and trust.
So when this all began and all of the drive-throughs without the tubes started to come into play, now let's close our eyes a minute and think about what no one expected, which was COVID-19. And all of a sudden, businesses across the state of Michigan shut down. Consumers was one of them.
Yeah.
But we didn't, did we?
No. So the nice thing is, we didn't know this were coming, but we had in some ways prepared for it. So last summer we completed all the drive-throughs had converted from regular ATMs or teller tube services to the TellerPlus banking machines and services. And really that set us up to be able to pivot very quickly during the COVID shutdown. So instead of our employees having to come into the office every day, they were able to stay home and work remotely in a very safe way and serve our members more safely because they're going through the drive-through where they're banking. I think, Lynn, a great stat is about 18 to 20% of our transactions in January of 2020 were done through the TellerPlus machines. And then, in April, 100% of our transactions are going through there. So because we were able, we had the systems in place, we were able to bank safely our members and our employees, keep them both safe. A nice thing too about our machines, Lynn, is that we have a microbial element on the surface of both our outer and inside machines that is really protecting, eliminating a lot of the germs, and it's great for a 90-day application.
So now let's take a look at how members reacted. Now, obviously during COVID, members are going to learn how to bank very quickly in a different way.
Yep.
But one of the things that makes me smile is the fact that members continuously asked, are you in there? If they're talking to a teller and they're in the drive-through lane and they push on the screen and all of a sudden their friendly face, Lindsay, pops up and they know Lindsay. Lindsay, where are you? How is it that consumers explained, look, this is what's really going on. There are real people.
Yeah, a lot of it is through our employees. They're our best teachers, of course, showing people how to use the technology. Marketing plays an impact in that as well, as far as making how-tos and showing videos and just showing how easy and fun it is. And I think our team does a great job of showing how fun it is. This summer, Lynn, you and I were a part of doing some drive-through deliveries where we stood in the drive-throughs and said, hey, we were able to partner with a root beer company that's one of our business members and say, hey, would you like a free root beer today? Just to put a smile on somebody's faces. And when you're in the drive-throughs, you see people, oh, I didn't know, I'm a little nervous about that. People don't like change a lot, but when you make it easy and fun, it's hard to be mad about that. We've had a lot of members tell us, I didn't think I would like these machines, or, I'm a little nervous to try them. And, then we hear later like, oh, I love it. People have favorite tellers that they talk to and might get upset if, they don't connect with Sally today on, through the machine. But all of our team members are great. The one nice thing about is we're showing our technology, but we're also showing our culture through the technology.
One of the things that you mentioned was being able to say, hey, you like a specific teller, and if they happen to be working, or maybe they're Spanish speaking, how much really that's changed the game.
The nice thing about the technology, as you said, especially for our Spanish speakers, hey, I need service. Well, if you were just in an office, we may not, easily be able to track down a team member to help you. And, here, it's a touch of a dial. I've got, a Spanish speaker, and quickly we connect you with this technology.
What also is very unique is that you're transforming all of the offices to have TellerPlus inside. And for many people, it might be a little bit of a, I don't know that I really like that, until they understand that, anybody who's human can make mistakes. And yet the machine with the human really has been a game changer in ensuring that safety and security is there.
Yeah, one of the great things about the machines, it is a machine, there is the consistency, it's not going to miscount money or change or anything like that, but you're still seeing the personality of the individual behind the screens, and I think that's important.
Tell me about someone walking in that still wants to have that human interaction.
Yeah, and sometimes we do need a human interaction, right? If you're opening a car, you need a car loan, or you want to talk to someone about mortgages. The nice thing is that the TellerPlus banking can take the simple transactions and pull people out who need, complex transactional help or a loan. They can talk to a member service representative, not have to wait in line or hold up the line to be serviced, on the side. So really, the decrease in member wait time, the more efficiency on the staff side, and then the number of transactions really is what shows the success of the TellerPlus banking for us.
So when consumers went and started to work completely remote, how much of there was a conversation on the back end of really knowing what the member was experiencing and trying to help that member have even a better experience? And is that something that happens still today?
Oh, definitely. And especially in marketing, we're working with ops, we're working with training, we're working with retail. What are our member pain points? How can we make the experience better for them? And so we constantly look at technology, what kind of mobile banking can they do at home to self-serve, or, come into an office and use the TellerPlus machines, but to self-serve and maybe realize, hey, I don't have to always talk to a person. So there's continual education, continually look at new models of the machine, even some things for customer experience like signage on the machine. We found people couldn't necessarily find easily the ID scanner. So here we go, we put a sticker on there, that very much showcases, hey, it's right here, stick it here, and that just makes it easier for the member and all the way around. So continually to look for that. I think consumers has a great culture of always asking for feedback and how to make things better, and that always improves member experience.
So when people walk up to a teller and it's a machine and they say, wait, are you really in there? How is it that consumers helped a member understand what was going on with new technology?
Yeah, I think first we might laugh and smile with them and we say, of course, we're right here in West Michigan. And, we're just educating those and we just make it fun. And here's a great example.
Here's a story of our awesome tellers who love helping our members every day. They all wear smiles, support each other to help you bank your way. Here's a story of our awesome tellers who are helping make deposits and withdrawals. There are scores of them serving all together in drive-thrus and on calls. Till the one day we got the order and we knew staying home was much more than a hug. Yes, this group extended hours. That's the way they all became consumers bunch. Consumers bunch. Consumers bunch. That's the way they all became consumers bunch.
So looking back and looking forward, you've got this great award. What can you tell others about how to make change for the good?
I think change is scary for a lot of people, but I think our mission at Consumers is really, it's so member focused and centric as, we want to serve those members extraordinarily well. So sometimes that means getting uncomfortable and taking risk. And I think Consumers culture does that. And so we're constantly looking at technology, not just TellerPlus banking, but where we can serve our members in different ways. And so I think, for those who are a little scared and not sure if, they want to make change, I think just remember who your audience is, remember who your customers, and for us at Consumers, that's our members.
On behalf of all of us at Consumers Credit Union, we can't thank CX of M enough for the awards that we have received, mostly because it really does prove that all of the hard work that we put in on the inside really makes a difference on the customer and member experience externally. Our Customer Feedback and Continuous Improvement Award that really focused on our interactive tellers and making sure that our TellerPlus became something that really helped every member every day bank the way they want, when they want. Our employee engagement, this is our Connect, our intranet, that really is connecting us to see what our families are doing behind the scenes when we had to work remote and continue to do so. And finally, our web design that really focuses in on experience and design. You cannot experience member satisfaction unless you go above and beyond. And our members give us feedback every day. We truly appreciate CX of M because we then had the opportunity to look back. And when we looked back, we look forward to know where we're going. And we're so proud of everybody and everybody's teamwork. It truly does make the dream work. Today we have some very exciting news. We are another award winner here for CX of M, and we are so excited. And joining us today is Meredith McLean. She's a Senior Web and Digital Marketing Specialist for Consumers Credit Union, and Stephanie Cerns, who is our Data Strategy and Performance Manager and Experience Design. So thank you so much for being with us, both of you.
Thanks for having us.
So we have won a big award for a extremely big undertaking, and that's the new website, consumercu.org. Meredith, let's start off with you. You work behind the scenes, making sure that the web is just flawless and singing and people can find what they need. But prior to a new web, tell us a little bit about the experience that members might have experienced.
So our old website was designed about 10 years ago internally by our IT VP, Bob Dunning. He did an extraordinary job because websites don't typically last that long. But the issue that we had been having was that our website wasn't responsive. So our website we had a desktop version and we had a mobile version, and the experience wasn't exactly the same for members. So to kind of cure that member pain point, we decided to redesign the website.
So tell us, when you're going to undertake something this large, is it something that you do overnight?
Definitely not. It took a couple of years from the initiation of the RFP through the design and development, testing, and then launching it to our members.
So Stephanie, on your end, what you really focus on is the data analytics behind the web, what people are doing when they come to our website. Why is that important when you're actually building the design?
That's really important so that we know we can make it intuitive, first of all, so we know what's the next best step for the member, what are the things that they want to know about, and learning what is most important to them, such as the search feature that we added site-wide, so that we can understand on the back end what's important to members and what do we need to improve upon, so that they can find their questions very quickly and just be able to self-serve.
So Meredith, when you think about a web, it's funny almost, really. I always like to say a web is a living, breathing document of who you are, and it needs to change and change with you. The other component of it, though, is it's screen related, right? It's a screen that's in front of you. How do we keep our culture, and did we decide to keep our culture strong during the whole process of changeover?
Yeah, so when developing a website, it's really important to keep your culture in mind. It's an extension of our culture. We wanted to come across as a fun place that our members have fun banking and also get the top-notch level of service that they're used to in the offices.
One of the things I think that I find the most appealing on the website is the fact that we are really encouraging members to self-serve. Meredith, what does that mean to you?
Members being able to self-serve, to me, means that they can bank how they want, when they want, and that's core to our culture.
It was really important for us to allow members to be able to get answers when they needed their answers. Instead of having to call member service, unless that's what they want to do, what we did to perfect that is we talked to member service, we reviewed call trends. We wanted to be able for them to be able to get the most frequently asked questions at their fingertips.
So tell us about how is it that you did design the web to be member friendly, to really put the face of what the member wanted to see next. How hard is that to do?
It's extremely hard. We took initial member feedback from our old website and kind of took what members wanted to see changed and brought it to our new website. We went through a design period and a development period, and then we had multiple focus groups try out the website and see how it worked for them and took their feedback into consideration for further development.
We were very intentional about making sure we understood how many clicks it took to get through the member's journey. We wanted to make it very seamless. We did a lot of research in Google Analytics to understand what their next steps would be in the process. So obviously, if a member's looking through the mortgage page, their next step, they might be looking at rates or calculators. So we made sure that those buttons were prominent on those pages so that they could easily get there and then vice versa, come back to that.
Meredith, one of the things that I think that many credit unions aren't even known for still to this day are mortgages and business services. When you started to look at those pages, Tell us about the interaction between the departments to ensure that they also received what they really wanted to look like.
So we took what we had from our old website and we went over it with the managers and the employees in the different departments and kind of saw what the needs were there and also what we had heard questions from members. So we took the feedback and we made some changes and designed kind of a framework for the website, ran it past the departments again, got more feedback, and we have what we have today.
So when it comes to member experience and building something as used over and over again as our website, how did you identify what was so important for member ease of use? Meredith?
We have a group internally called Proto Stars, and they help us really dial into the member experience, how members are going to feel using our technology.
Do they actually test it?
Yes, they do. They test all of our technology that we roll out to members and give feedback.
So that must have been very important. Was there also then member testing before this went live?
Yes, there was actually. We had a small focus group of some committed members, some tech-savvy members that helped us launch it, and then we launched it internally to our employees to get more feedback. So 3 levels of testing.
The tiny little things that you think about that really make or break member experience. Give us an example, Steph, of one of those.
One thing would be we spent some special attention to like one-handed thumb texting, just to make sure that members can easily access every aspect of the website.
So when you look at mobile first, do you think that sometimes people, if they're designing something, the stats are absolutely explosive on how many people are using their phone for everything now. So how critical is that in the sense of making the experience be top-notch?
It's very critical. You have to think mobile first. We preferred to see the designs in mobile first before we saw the actual desktop.
3 of the things that I think the members have really loved are the how can we help you, which is, how can we serve you, connect and support helping members, and then also member perks. Tell us how those came about. Meredith?
So the member perks was kind of an idea that we used to engage our business members. We have a lot of really great business members, and we wanted to highlight them and also give back to our personal members via a coupon to our business members.
So the interactive component of being able to see dogs of the day and member perks, there's podcasts, there's blogs, there's so many things that is built into the website that people can see. Steph, from your point of view, do you continuously now watch everything that's going on to see if things should be moved to different spots, if members are running into some issues?
Yes, we're definitely looking at those. We're looking at the pages that people are viewing the most and what are the things that they need. We've done some heat mapping to see what are the things that they are looking for or what is most important to them. What are the pages they're going to next to make sure that those are super accessible.
I want you guys to think back for a second because all of a sudden we have this brand new website and it's going tremendously well. And we can create pages and create different thoughts and fun activities, all of our events, our charities. But then all of a sudden you close your eyes and we're told that we have to shut down our business. Every state, everybody in the state did. What a drastic change, but that's truly when we went into gear. Meredith, what happened in those first few weeks of March?
So between March and now, we've developed 53 pages of content that were COVID related so we could better help our members. And that included PPP content for businesses that needed the Paycheck Protection Program to stay afloat.
Steph, when you look at how we decided to turn on a dime and create what I would consider microwebs of the campaign We're Here For You to help members, the payroll protection program, and the Get Back to Work program once everybody started to go back to work, you must have been in awe to see the different numbers of eyeballs that are coming to our web for education and help.
Absolutely. We had over 75 pages of COVID-related content that drove over 53,000 views to our website. That was awesome. Our new search feature, we were seeing about 3,000 in a month, and now we're up to 15,000 since COVID, 15,000 searches, which helps us, again, learn what members are searching for and how we can update our facts and put blogs out and help them educate. And then also create, update our facts section so they can self-serve without having to call member service or go into the office or an ITM. And again, we were seeing about 3,000 when we first launched our new website, and now we're up to 30,000 new fact views since COVID.
So tell me what you're most proud about when you look over across everything, Steph. What do you think of, especially when it comes to the thought of what is our member experiencing when they go to consumerscu.org?
Oh, well, it's hard to pinpoint just one thing, but again, I think I'm most proud of the fact that we have become very intelligent in our content and being able to provide and adapt to what members need almost instantly.
Meredith?
I think being able to design the web pages so effortlessly has been really helpful for our team throughout this process. It's something that we wouldn't have been able to do with our old website, but it's been a blessing with the redesign.
So it's been a year after launch. The website, has it exceeded all expectations?
Oh, incredibly so, way above expectations. I think we were expecting a 20% increase in traffic. We've seen 103% increase in page views, which is amazing. To put it into perspective, the amount of questions that our members have been able to self-serve on our website is the equivalent of 3 full-time employees.
What has been a success that you're just really proud of?
I'm really proud of the fact that we've had an increase in new users by 84%. What's even more exciting than that is that they're actually staying on to consume our content 70% longer, which means that they are enjoying our dogs of the day, our recipes, our educational content for finances. They're consuming our videos and our events.
You know what it is? It's our mortgage information. It's the first-time homebuyer content. It's everything that they need in one place that really exceeds their expectations. It's all about the member experience.